cinematography, the bloated nature, just the horrendous visuals, and how many scenes that I didn't find as lively or energetic as I thought they were. Wicked, 2.5 stars.
He is one of my mutuals on Twitter, and he didn't like this movie. He gave it a 2.5 on Letterboxd. He's getting absolutely ripped to shreds right now.
Can't even see it. Ariana Grande is an American singer, songwriter, and actress, known for her 4-octave vocal range, which extends. So I know what you all are thinking, and I can't change anyone's mind, but I really went into this with an open mind because I thought it would be so perfect, it would be so me, if from everyone I hear is that Act 2 is weaker than Act 1. So I thought it would be perfect if I went into this movie liking it more than the first Wicked, for which I didn't really care for. I was kind of excited to be that person. But instead, after seeing Wicked for good, I'm going to do something I don't think I've done before, which is I'm going to go back to the first Wicked. I'm going to erase my grade, all right? This two, gone. And in comes new rating here, okay? Why am I doing that? Because I think Wicked for good does not do anything better than the first one. Like nothing. And even though the Wicked stans do not like me, which I get, and are already furiously typing away in the comments, for which I am not going to read a single one. My problem with Wicked was not the performances really at all. They were the least of my concern. And considering Wicked and Wicked for Good were shot back to back, I do appreciate some of the consistency here. And what I mean by that is the fact that the performances in Wicked for Good are still incredible from the main core cast, and consistent in that John M. Chu does not know how to handle this material still. And this one, For Good, really sticks out that point even more than the first one. Because at least with the first one, again, the performances are so great, the songs are so good, The Wizard and I, Popular, Dancing Through Life, Defying Gravity, banger after banger after banger. As has been said by people far more familiar with the material than me, Act 2 does not have those same hits as the first act outside of For Good. So you really feel in Wicked for Good the lack of momentum in this movie. The pacing in this movie is a problem. We got a pacing problem in Hollywood. The first Wicked is significantly longer than For Good. And yet even my wife, who again was sobbing through For Good in this moment, which I'll get to, she was like, man, this movie felt really long. This movie felt longer than the first one. And it's one of those instances where the movie does feel longer than the first one. It's paced incredibly poorly, but some scenes are very rushed. It is one of those movies. Yet again, the people in front of the camera are the ones really pulling the audience through, because Lord knows the people behind the camera are not doing them any favors. I have heard all there is to hear about Act 2 and people not liking it more than the first one, okay? But I was like, you know what? The darker tone, maybe a more toned down approach into these characters where the first one added some layers that maybe the musical didn't. I said to myself, this has to be the justification for splitting this up into 2 parts. It has to be. But the material fails the performers. The buildup of Glinda and Elphaba's relationship from the ups and downs within this movie are done so hastily that it does not allow for any moment to breathe until the end. And the Dorothy moments for like the Wizard of Oz and everything, let me just get this out of the way. Have you even seen the musical? It's in there. Great, fantastic. I'm going to talk about the movie here, though. That really does feel incredibly shoehorned in and a little bit forced, and not in a way that makes the overall movie compelling in that regard. Let's just talk about the For Good scene. Incredible song, 2 incredible performers, especially vocally. Oh my God. It is incredibly effective. It is incredibly moving. And yet, John M. Chu and the cinematography of this movie does not elevate the material. I'm going to repeat myself here, okay? Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande are singing their hearts out and performing their hearts out in a song that is guaranteed to move fans to tears. That's going to happen regardless. So with that, can I get a little bit more than just them two looking at each other and the camera just circling around them? Can I get a little bit more? Is Hollywood in a pandemic of sauceless directors? Because through the screenplay, this story kind of stumbles around. So much of the conflict outside of Elphaba and Glinda is not developed really at all. I thought with the decision to split this movie in half, I thought they would allow for more time to breathe, to go over some of those conflicts and really hit it home. But it seems like the script was not interested in that. It was interested in hitting the points that the musical does, but really focusing on Elphaba and Glinda. And that's fine if you want to do that, right? That's the most important part. But then it's like, why even bother doing that if you're just going to half-ass it anyways? Everything from For Good on is well done, even with my complaint on how it's shot. It gives them time to sit in their emotions. They sing their hearts out. It's incredibly moving. And in the end, it sticks the landing, especially for those fans. And the ending is the most important part. It's what people are going to walk away from the movie. It's why people walked out of the theater with tears in their eyes, because that's how it hits. It is the things leading up before that in a story perspective only. That is the problem. Now I'm going to hit again. The performances are great. All right, Cynthia Erivo is excellent. Okay, Ariana Grande has more to do, especially with a more somber tone for her character. She actually gets to show a little bit of anger, definitely more sadness here. And again, fans are gonna love the ending, right? I like the ending, so I can't imagine like true hardcore fans are gonna feel. But can I just sidestep to something else real quick? Michelle Yeoh. I am going to start a dialogue. I championed her for Everything Ever All at Once so incredibly hard. And I was so happy she won. And she's incredibly deserving of that. What happened here? It is one thing if someone just kind of phones in a performance or kind of sleepwalks a performance. That's fine, you know what I mean? This was just not good at all. John M. Chu has directed her in a very good performance in Crazy Rich Asians. And I understand this role, especially in Wicked for Good, is her just kind of complaining about the Wicked Witch. But wow, really, I'm just surprised at how much I agree with the people that said Act 1 was better than Act 2. I thought I might like the darker approach. I might like the fact that, the songs aren't as reliant on the hits after hits after hits. Maybe it would allow the more story, allow more character depth. But it didn't really for me. And that bums me out, especially because, I don't want this heat. If you're a fan of the first, you'll probably like this one, albeit a little bit less. But this won't convert anyone new, unfortunately. I really was looking forward to it. I know no one's going to believe me. But ultimately, as people like to tell me, no one asked for my opinion. This movie's going to make a lot of money, and the hardcore fans will like it, because no matter what this movie was going to be, they're going to like it, which is great. Happy for them. For me, the performances are great. I think the ending sticks it. Everything before that, not for me. John M. Chu, your best scene is still the card scene, and Now You See Me Too. Wicked for Good, 2.5 stars. Hopefully, the backlash is not as intense as the first. And I will see you guys very soon. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Please subscribe. Okay, goodbye.